Welcome to Your Max Podcast Now. Shelley Dubois reports that for the fourth straight year, Apple tops Fortune's most admired list. The company's blistering pace of new product releases has continued to set the bar high for tech companies across the board. Apple took a stock hit when Steve Jobs announced in January that he'd be taking a second medical leave, 2 years after receiving a liver transplant during a 6-month sabbatical. But Jobs assured the market in the company's recent earnings report that Apple was still, quote, firing on all cylinders. It certainly appears to be Apple nearly doubled its quarterly profits versus a year ago. The iPad 2 was introduced in March, marking the second generation of one of Apple's milestone product successes, and Jobs made a surprise appearance at the launch. In fact, he pretty much hosted it. On another huge move by Apple was the announcement this January that the iPhone 4 would be available from Verizon, offering another option to consumers frustrated with dropped calls on AT&T. And if you want more evidence, Mobile Me pointed out on Friday that even Samsung is pointing out how the iPad 2 trumps its own Galaxy Tab 10.1 Android tablet. Samsung's Vice President of Mobile, Lee Donju, pointed to the iPad 2's thin design and competitive pricing. Lee said that Samsung will have to improve the parts that are inadequate of its Galaxy Tab 10.1, which runs Google's new Android 3.0 operating system. The tablet is the 10-inch successor to Samsung's original 7-inch Galaxy Tab, which currently retails for $250 US with a 2-year data contract, or between $500 and $600 off contract. Samsung hasn't yet announced how much it will charge for the Galaxy Tab 10.1, but Lee mentioned that the company had intended to charge more than the original Galaxy Tab. Quote, "We will have to think that over," end quote, Lee said, a high sign that Samsung may end up offering the Galaxy Tab 10.1 for the same $499 US entry price as the iPad 2. And Mac Life says that Forbes is reporting that Best Buy, the tech superstore, appears likely to distribute iPads to each of its on-floor sales associates. Of course, as the source points out, it would only seem to be a natural match made in heaven, as Best Buy has kept the iPad in stock since the release in 2010. Best Buy opted to decline confirmation of the rumor, but they didn't deny it either. A company spokesman for Best Buy says that it was thinking of its connected stores pilot, which kicked off last November in Las Vegas and Pittsburgh. The stores were remodeled around tables where customers would be able to get some hands-on time with devices, just like at the Apple stores. Best Buy associates were then given various mobile devices like iPads, iPod Touches, and Samsung Galaxy Tabs to educate consumers as well as process purchases. The British government is pushing ahead with the second wave of funding for superfast broadband across the UK, says the BBC. It comes despite the fact that no firms or technologies have yet been chosen for original pilot areas earmarked to test how to roll out the next generation broadband to remote areas. New bids are now being invited for a further £50 million. The £50 million will be made available to local authorities around the UK. The government has pledged to make the UK the best place for superfast broadband in Europe by 2015. Quote, "This is very much a locally driven process, and we encourage bids from all local people with plans for improving broadband in their local areas," end quote, said Chancellor of the Exchequer George Osborne. Truth triumphs fiction. And here's a story to help put you back on your diet. Roseburg, Oregon. A dog ate 3 of his owner's toes as the diabetic man slept, most likely out of instinct to help remove diseased flesh, animal experts say. James Little, 61, called 911 on Tuesday to say his dog had eaten the body parts while he was sleeping. He had told the AP on Friday that he's doing fine. Little suffers from diabetes, of which one symptom is numbness in the hands or feet. The dog, a Shiba Inu, was acting on its instinct to remove diseased flesh and does not appear to be dangerous, said Douglas County Animal Control Deputy Lee Bartholomew. Dogs have been known to eat dead or diseased human flesh. A family's dog in Illinois ate the toes off a 10-year-old girl's left foot while she slept last December. She had a sore on her foot. And that, my friends, is another story of man's beast friend. So begins another week in the Apple Kingdom, boys and girls. I hope that you had a most pleasant weekend. Get ready for this week as you keep looking under the sofa cushions for more and more coinage so you can be ready for Friday at 5. Remember, this is Frank Petrie of YMP Now saying download, double click, drop out.